In this unit, we're going to start using a little bit of color in our programs, and we can do that using what is called a header file. Let me show you. This is just a project, an empty project that I have. I'm going to minimize it, and on my desktop here, I have this color.h header file, which I did not code. I found it on the internet. Somebody else coded it. And what we can do is import this as a library file into our project and use it to change the colors at the console. So let me just show you. This is when you create a project in the Visual Studio, you get this folder system. So I'm going to drill down into the folder system. There's a solution file, and then in here, in the project folder, is my source file. That's the code file, okay? And I'm pointing this out because before you import your header file, you want it to be in the same folder as the source file. So I'm just going to drop that into there. So now the source file and the header file are in the same folder, and we can proceed. Okay, so here I am in the project. What I'm going to do is, it's not enough to just copy the header file into the same folder. You have to import it. And over here in the Solution Explorer, I'm going to right-click on this header files folder. And I'm going to add an existing item. And I'm going to choose color.h. And there it is. So now let me get some code into here. Okay, I already have a program. I just pasted it in. The first thing you need to do is, and this is from another, I'll just delete that for now. The first thing you need to do is include your header file. Now this is a homemade header file. It's not from the standard C++ library like IOStream, for example, is. So when you have a homemade header file that you coded yourself or somebody else coded, like in the case of this one, then you have to include it in quotation marks, not angle brackets, like the C++ library files. So now we're ready to use color.h. Let me just very briefly show you the contents of color.h. This is not something that you ever really have to look at or worry about, but in this file, all of the possible colors, console colors, are enumerated. And your colors are limited to like the basic computer colors, red, green, yellow, cyan, magenta, and so on. But there they are. They are enumerated with numeric codes. And basically we have, we're going to talk about functions later in the next unit, but there's this set color function that allows you to set the text color as well as the background color. So that's what we're using in this program. So if I want to make a yellow smiley face, for example, I'm going to call the set color function, which is in header.h. I'm going to set the text color to yellow, and then I like to keep the background black. You can play with that if you want. All you have to do is open up color.h and look at the enumerated colors if you want to get what's possible, and you can play with some of those colors. And so in any case, we have the yellow smiley face is going to be printed. And then I'm going to print a red heart using the same technique, just changing that to red. I'll print a cyan diamond, again, just using set color, and then a green shamrock, which is actually the club from the suits of cards. So I'll go ahead and run that. And there they are. Just a quick reminder, in case you didn't catch this earlier in the semester, if you don't see your special characters, if you're just seeing some like rectangles, some default rectangles, what you want to do is pull this down, go to Properties, and make sure on the Options tab that this box is checked to use the Legacy console. Make sure that's in place.